Gent are taking a trip over to London Stadium, where it's currently 1-1 after the first leg that took place, of course, last Thursday over in Belgium. It's a finally poised affair, and the Hammers are looking to set up a tie against either Alkmaar or Anderlecht in the next round for a place at the final in Prague. There's a lot at stake tonight at the London Stadium. Gary joins me for the build-up show as we receive team news, which I'm hoping very, very shortly. Gary, how are you?
I'm very good, Jake. Very good. I see Alkmaar were winning 2-0. What's the latest score now?
I think it is still 2-0. Yes, I think so. So I think it was 2-0 to Anderlecht. So they've pulled it back to 2-2 on aggregate, and it's finally poised there. So we will keep an eye on that one to see who our potential opponents could be. Hello to everyone. Hope you are well. Usual suspect. Hope you are well. George as well. Thank you very much indeed, everybody, for joining us. We talked about it briefly last night, Gary, but overall tonight, now it's match day. Have the nerves of a quarter-final crept in or not?
No, I'm feeling strangely confident, but as West Ham always do, until the ball's in play and we started to the whistle's gone. Who knows? But I feel if we play well anywhere near like we did Sunday, we should get through anywhere near.
Yeah, I think that was a massive confidence boost we had to take out of it, because we've had some dreadful results in the past. We knew that, but for once we can come out of a game and go, right, we can build on this now, and that's exactly what we've got to try and do tonight.
Exactly. I mean, all the media attention was on Arsenal dropping 2 points and Arsenal collapsing and everything, but I think we played well. No one gave us that credit, but I honestly did think we played well. As I said last night, Jake, I thought we were comfortable in the second half. I didn't see us conceding, and if we play like we did then tonight, we should win. But we need to be professionals. They've certainly got some dangerous players, and they've got pace up front. And I don't know how they'll change their tactics tonight. They might play us at our own game and sit back and try and hit us on the counter attack. I don't know, but we will see. And that will make it a difficult game if they sit back and defend, because we're not good at that.
Yeah. As you said, their sort of approach and our approach is going to be interesting, because last week I criticised, and many West Ham fans criticised our approach to the game last week. I thought it was wrong. I thought it was too negative, and we could have gone on and won that game and been in a better situation than we are now. But that's done now, and the thing that I sort of take out of it, and I give Gent credit because I thought they were pretty good, and if they would have had a bit of, if they would have had a bit more quality in front of goal, I think they could have easily put a couple more past us. But they had the home support. From what we heard on the telly, they were loud. It was a good atmosphere. Yeah. We gave them a reason to get up and get motivated, right? We're at home, and we've got to use that as our advantage, as they did last week.
No, exactly. And let's be honest, as we said last night, Jake, we got away with one last week. We couldn't have complained at all. We were 2-1 down or 3-1 down tonight. But we're not 1-1. We just need to attack and be positive. Let's see what lineup comes out and see how Moyes is taking this. And hopefully he's taking it very seriously, because this is a great chance for us to win something.
Exactly. I'm just looking to see whether the lineup has come out, because in Europe they tend to release it a little bit early for an unknown reason, and it has not been released officially, but I'm hearing the little droplets coming through of 3 changes for West Ham United. When we get to that, we will of course bring it to you, and the graphic and everything else in between. Let's see who else we've got the chat. Finn, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody saying hello to each other. Daniel, come on, you irons, indeed, and as well there, JMC Electrical, thank you for joining us. I think what we've got to do is stamp our authority on this game early tonight. Get it done early, because the longer it goes on, the more nervy it can become, and especially in a quarter final, anything can happen, Gary.
Absolutely. Yeah, I fully agree, Jake. We've got to set up professionally, carry on as we finished off the game on Sunday, because I don't know why it is we start slowly every single game. I saw a stat, I'm not quite sure if it's true or not, on Twitter, that we're the only team in the Premier League not to have scored in the first 15 minutes, which, I can't think of any time we have, so it's a bit sad. So we do need to make sure that we attack and be positive.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to go. We know they've got some dangerous players there. Gift Orban looked very, very sharp last week, and with a couple of decent players around him, I think he can be a weapon to be used. He's a very, very good player there.
I like that Hong. Hong looked a good player, and also the guy that scored, Kivas, was he? Whatever he's called.
Yeah.
He looked quite a good player as well. So they've certainly got some options, but at the end of the day, they're fourth in the Belgian league. The league is not as strong as ours. We should be able to beat them. We've got nothing to fear at all.
team news is in. I'm going to bring it to you via John.com from Football London. I'm going to bring that up onto your screen now. James has already put the changes into the chat, and I am going to bring that up now. We are live, so bear with me. It's coming. Don't worry. I'm going to go there and go there. There we go. Team news is in. West Ham United starting 11. Is that right?
Fabianski's starting and on the bench.
What's gone wrong there? Must be Areola. I'll try and get that sorted. John T, you've done a typo, mate. I'm just gonna try. Here we go. I've got it now. It is Areola. Let me take that down. Where is it? Oh, hello. I would take that down and bring it back up. I can confirm Areola is starting. Apologies. Here it comes. Twitter. Are you ready then, Gary? The suspense is killing you.
I am.
Areola, Soufal, Zuma, Aguerd, Emerson, Rice, Souček, Paqueta, Ben Rama. Break that down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a back four. That's good. Soufal, Zuma, Aguerd, and Emerson. Rice, Souček, Paqueta, who's gone for a strong midfield there. Ben Rama on the left, Bone on the right, Antonio down the middle. If not, Ings up front on his own. Yes.
So that's three changes from Sunday then, Jake. You've got Areola, you've got Aguerd, and you've got Emerson.
Emerson, yeah.
Who's on the bench? Is the young lad on the bench with Bama? Is he on the bench?
Let's have a little look. He is. Fabianski, Anang, Johnson, Creswell, Fornals, Lanzini, Downs, Cornet, Ings, Kera, Potts, and Mubamba. So there's definitely some strength to come off of that bench. Now, that's a statement from Moyes tonight because last week he rotated. This week he's gone strong. Emerson back in there, I'm a fan of. Also with Aguerd as well. We hinted at it in a pre-match yesterday. The midfield, obviously, we prefer Downs to be in there over Souček, but it is what it is. And it's an overall attacking, sort of a more attack-minded lineup, Gary.
You could argue that's our strongest 11 in some ways, apart from Souček.
Yeah, I agree.
Apart from Souček, I mean, the fans don't rate Souček, but Moyes does, so he would argue it's probably it's his strongest 11. The fans would like, as you said, Jay, quite rightly, Souček to come out and Fornals or Downs to come in. But looking at the rest of them, maybe Cornet, if he's fit, might get on the left-hand side instead of Ben Rama. But other than that, that's a strong team.
It is, and that's a statement from Moyes as well. You know, I'd change from that. I'd start Downs over Souček, and I'd start Cornet over Ben Rama. But that's my personal, view. And Moyes hasn't shared that, and he has opted for that. Rice, Souček, Paqueta. Paqueta started to boil, hasn't he? Started to come into last week. He was excellent, I thought.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts on Paqueta?
Oh, I fully agree. He's showing some touches that I haven't seen at West Ham since Payet left. Really, he's just got some brilliant touches on him. He's a little bit inconsistent, but and I'll tell you what, that surprised me about him, Jake. He gets stuck in. He's quite. I know you've got this typecast Brazilian playmaker image in your head, and you see him strolling around the park, but he's quite physical and he tackles and he gets stuck in. I really like him. I just hope he's happy and he's going to settle down for us for a couple of years and take over the mantle when Declan leaves in the summer.
Exactly, let's hope so. And that sort of bite back and to get himself stuck in and win that tackle gets the crowd up as well.
Yeah, it does. It
does.
He's certainly not afraid to do that. Unlike Thomas, who just, as we discussed last night, just hides. You've got Paqueta and Rice leading from the front. So this sort of game, to be honest, Jake, is made for Ben Rama. This sort of game, the standard of the opposition is not brilliant. I like to see him get his head down and use his skills. Too often, when he gets the ball, he cuts back. He doesn't attack. I like to see him attack like he did. Where was it last season? He scored those great goals away from home in Europe. It was against somebody, I can't remember. He scored 2 brilliant goals. He sort of attacked the back four really nicely. And if he does that,
was it Genk?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, something like that.
2-2 draw.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see him do. Attack. Too often he goes back on himself and passes it back to Declan or back down to Cresswell or Emerson or whatever. He doesn't take responsibility, and he needs to because he's got the ability to whip in a good ball and he's got good feet. So we need to see the best of him.
Yeah, I think he has opted more for a safe option. In recent times, but maybe that's the influence of Moyes. He's scared to go and run and then lose the ball because he might not play. He's taking the safe option where he's going. He looks scared to go forward at times.
Yeah,
that's what's taken away from his game, and that's why he's been ineffective for me. That's his game: getting the ball, taking a man on, and causing some problems with the flair he's got there.
Yeah, exactly. Because Bowen's done exactly the opposite. He's started to attack now, and he looks a different player. Even when we lost 5-1 against Newcastle, we had Burns on toast for the first 5 minutes. You know, he's got something in him again. So Jared's looking forward all the time and accelerating and creating things. And Benrahma needs to copy that example. Then we'll have two, attacking wingers giving Antonio the balls in the middle that, 1 in 10 times he'll convert. So, we'll see.
No, I agree. Let's take some of your comments and see what you guys are saying in the chat. See, I thought this Downs is suspended for 2 yellow cards. I don't think he is, because he is on the bench tonight, Flynn Downs. So if he's on the bench, he can't be suspended.
No, I know Ogbonna's suspended. I didn't know Downs was
Ogbonna's definitely suspended, but I don't think that's the case with Downs, because he's finds himself on the bench tonight. So yeah, I thought that to start with, but it seems like he can be involved. Because if he's on the bench, he's not suspended. So yeah, so that sort of sorts that out. I think he should be starting, but I think Cornet is going to have splinters after being on the bench for so long. I feel for him. I do. I think he should be starting tonight.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. He needs minutes, but when's he going to get minutes if he's not started? So, I don't know. When are you going to start him? At some point, Moyes has got to give him some minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Hammer, thanks for joining us. I hope you are well. If it goes to penalties, Fab will be subbed on. We can't have a repeat of Blackburn 11-10 where Arrow didn't even get near one of them.
No, Fabianski's he's saved more penalties than anyone else in the Premier League, and he can just stare at Saka and make him put it wide. So let's hope it's the same thing tonight. I certainly would. It's a very good shout. Definitely would.
Sean says the Bournemouth game, the biggest game of the season, in my opinion. Not sure I want to see a team quite so strong tonight. I think he's done that because Moyes has got a lot to thank the Conference League for, because we've gone 10 out of 10 up until last week. It's probably kept him in a job. It's been the only thing going for us at some points this season. And he's given it the respect tonight. And if we wouldn't have maybe picked up that win against Fulham, and maybe if we hadn't picked up a point against Arsenal, maybe the lineup would have been different tonight, Gary. Ahead.
I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, Jake, we're in a quarter-final. We're level. We are 3 games away from a final, which, for a club like West Ham doesn't happen very often. I think our last European final was 1976 or something. So, that's a long time ago. I was a wee lad then. So it's something we've got to grab with both hands. And Sean may have a point. Bournemouth is a huge game. I'm not disputing it, but we have to play for the here and now. And if we can start well, get comfortable, maybe some of the players can be rested. Like we did against Lacerna in the last leg. We took a lot of players off because we were comfortable at 3 or 4-0. So, fingers crossed it happens again tonight.
Yeah. Let's hope that there's confident and not really too strenuous on us, but we'll see. I do think they're a good outfit. I think this was the game for Downs to get started. We check and agree. Cliff says with this lineup we should walk this. It's definitely stronger than I expected, but I still think they're a good side. I am going to whip up the lineup for Gent in just a second and just have a little look at that, see if the old man guy's playing. But I still think this is going to be difficult, Gary. I've just got a feeling.
Well, when you get to quarterfinals of a European competition, you're not going to get any easy games, are you? I mean, they're a good side. They're 4th in the league. They got through the same way we have. So now that they played 8-10 games or whatever, you're not going to get any easy games now.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just going to try and hunt down the game lineup because they haven't posted it on Twitter for some reason. So I will get that as soon as possible. But I think whatever they put out, I think they can prove to us, and they did prove to us last week, that they can cause us problems. They are a side that are, for me, 10 times better than any side that we've faced so far in this competition, and we've got to treat them with the respect they deserve there. But let's go up there and put out a statement, Gary.
It'll be very, very interesting how their manager sets them out. Very interesting. If he's Moyes-esque, he will set them, very defensively and absorb and try to hit on the counter, or he might just say, "Let's go for him." West Ham have got a record of conceding early and not scoring, so he might see that and think, "Let's go for that ourselves." So very, very interesting what he does. Very interesting.
I do agree. So, let's see what they do have about them, and see what problems they can cause to us tonight. But hopefully that's not going to be the case. It's half-time in Amsterdam, Alkmaar 2, Anderlecht 0, which leaves the game currently at 2-2 on aggregate. Over on the other side of the draw, if you're at all interested, Lech Poznan are actually beating Fiorentina away from home 1-0, but on aggregate it leaves Fiorentina leading 4-2 still. And the other game at 8 o'clock as R1 is Nice versus Basel, which is finally poised at 2-2 currently. So still plenty to play for in the games left in the Conference League tonight. Sorry, as I missed, is there any of the young ones on the bench? There is Potts and Mubama. There's Ananang, the keeper. Potts and Mubama as attacking options potentially to bring on. Mubama, do you think he'll get a sniff tonight, Gary?
Depends. It depends on whether we. I'd like to see if Moyes have faith in him and give him a go if we need a goal, but I think more than likely that he'll go for 4-0 innings over Mubama, unless we're winning 3 or 4-0. I think it's just the way he is, sadly.
Yeah. Yes. So we've got to try and incorporate these players into there somewhere and rotate. We've got a lot of games still to come. We've played 2 times a week all this month, but the game's going to keep going.
Yep.
We need to rotate, and Moyes needs to learn that, Gary.
Exactly. We've got Bournemouth on Sunday, and then we've got Liverpool on Wednesday, and then the following week we've got the week after that. Bournemouth, Liverpool, Palace. Yeah. So we've got 3 games. I think we can get points off. Liverpool are so hot and cold. It might be 8-0. They might lose 4-0. So you just got to attack Liverpool. And Bournemouth and Palace, we should be able to beat. Even under Super Roy Hodgson, we should be able to get something there. So got nothing to fear. So let's give the youngsters a go. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Let's take some more of your comments then. Gary says, if we play anywhere near the way we played against Arsenal, then the game is over 3-0. I'm sensing a lot of positivity tonight, which I don't think we've particularly seen in recent weeks. I'm still staying a little bit on the ground thinking, I do think we can beat them tonight, but we've got to be wary of them at the same time. George says if we get through and Alkmaar make it through, I think that'll be the toughest game of the tournament, including the final. And it'll be a nice old trip over to Amsterdam for a few thousand West Ham fans. That is for sure. Nice and easy over there. But yeah, they're a good side. When you get to these stages of the competition, you are going to have to expect to play some flipping good sides, Gary. Yeah, exactly. I think last season we overachieved, but we beat Sevilla and Lyon, and I think to some degree underestimated Frankfurt a little bit. And we need to make sure we don't make the same mistake now. Just because we are a Premier League team and we're a good side, we need to take these teams professionally. And I agree with George. I think Alkmaar will be a very tough game. The Dutch league's got some good sides in it this year. Feyenoord winning the league, they've got Ajax in second. So it's a strong league, that Dutch league.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Tom's bang on. We have to avoid overconfidence, defend well, and take our chances. That is absolutely bang on. They will say Mubama for the under-18s final. Fair enough, but that ain't till Tuesday. You got plenty of time until then. 15 minutes tonight, I think, will be welcomed by the vast majority of the fans. Hopefully, if Moyes gets there. Oh, he's got his ticket. Gary's going. Yeah, all right, Gary. Don't rub it in. I'm going to be saying English essays, right? Don't rub it in. Well, Miss Hammer says glad to see Mubama is there. I agree. Would love to see him, but we'll be dependent on the scoreline. I agree. Trodge, thank you very much for joining us. Let's have a look here. Sean says, well, you're not going to know how well the team's gotten until after Bournemouth has to look on it as a season decider. I think games before it have had a bigger label, if I'm honest with you, Sean. I think the
exactly.
we've won have had a bigger label on them than that Bournemouth game. We've consolidated an offer there between us and that bottom 3. It is an important game, but games against Everton, Forest, and a couple of the other ones at home, I think.
Southampton home was huge.
Southampton home was huge as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's have a look here. Football 365 article has us 11th and Chelsea relegated on 39 points. Well, that is not going to happen, but I think everybody in this league would like to see Chelsea get relegated because it would be funny. They need to up the away allocation for the under-18s fund. It's ridiculous. They've opened the whole lower tier, which accumulates to 24,000 at that stadium. They've given us 7,000. I don't think we've requested any more. It should be a 50-50 split. We should have at least 12,000, but I don't make the rules. But we've sold out at 7,000. It's going to be a 7,000 away end at the Emirates. That's going to be massive. Gary, you're going to have to shout for me.
I will. Laura's going as well, so we got 2 tickets. So we'll be there.
Brilliant. What does Flynn Downs have to do to get a game? What does Maxwell Cornet have to do to get a game? Both equal questions that I'd like to put to Moyes. But Cornet, super sub, half an hour to go, could cause them some problems, Gary.
Yeah, it's like you said last night, Jake. I mean, these football clubs will have statisticians and analysts. The guy touched the ball 4 times in 45 minutes, including a whole 30-minute period without touching it. It literally could have nobody there and have the same impact. So it's very, very odd. He must have something extremely dubious on Moyes to keep him getting picked all the time. I really don't understand it. Maybe he thinks that Souček is the player he was 2 years ago. I mean, Thomas, I think, is knackered. I think he hasn't had a rest for so long. He needs a month out of the team and bring him back next season fresh. But he's not going to get dropped. So there you go. We are where we are.
I have sourced the Gent lineup. Do you want to have a little look, Gary?
Oh, you don't ask me too many questions.
Pardon?
Oh, you don't ask me too many questions on it.
Let's have a little look. Oh, crikey, that is a bit small. So let's zoom in a bit, shall we? So Rofe in goal for Tuna, Okumu and Piatowski as a back 3. Dessart and Coombs as a holding 2. Castro Montes on the left. Samuas on the right. Hong at number 10. And Cypers and Orban leading.
Looks like pretty much the same team as last game, I think, pretty much.
I think so, yeah. So from players that you could pick out of that, very much similar, so they could cause us the same problems, Guy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think how many changes we've made to the first leg. Probably 6 or 7, I guess. Yeah. Because we had Ings and Lanzini in that, didn't we? So
yeah, we did.
Yeah, so they're going to have more problems than we are. Hopefully, we should know pretty much how this team's going to play now. We've played them once. Because I don't think they'll make many changes, but they've got to deal with a few more different things on their plate. Paqueta caused them problems when he came on for the last 20 minutes. He'll be on for the whole game this time. So I'm still confident. I think we should win this game. I really hope so. Yeah.
The fingers are most certainly crossed. Rick, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Is Souček turning up tonight, or I'll be playing with 10 men? I hope it's the first instance, but I've got a funny feeling it's probably going to be the latter. It is what it is, isn't it? Gary says if Moyes keeps us up and wins the cup, we're never getting rid of him. That's the worry as well, because that'll be looked at as an amazing season.
And to be fair to the guy, if he does win a cup, he'll walk away as not a legend is the wrong word, but as a highly successful West Ham manager.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Hamrat says X has indicated he's out the door come the end of the season, but I kind of sense the same. Yeah, I do agree. It's definitely going to be interesting. Another interesting summer for West Ham. Never a dull moment with the mighty Hammers, Gary. So overall, we've seen a big, adaptation and change to this lineup this week. There's no Lanzini and then there's no Downs. He's gone for his ideal starting midfield 3. He's gone back to Antonio up front. He's gone to his tried and tested tonight.
Yeah,
in the end.
Well, at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding, as they say, and we were excellent against Arsenal after the first 15 minutes. We got a result somehow at Fulham with the old tried and tested 11. So he's gone back to basics, and you can't blame him really. So the only new player really in it is Aguero, I think. Yeah. Other than that, it's pretty much the team of 2 years ago, which is and Paqueta, of course. Sorry, so we've got a couple of players in. Other than that, it's the same team. So let's hope that we can show some sort of understanding, because I certainly think Soufal and Bowen have got a good understanding on the right hand side, and that will help. And I think if we play with the passion and energy that we had in the last hour against Arsenal, we'll win. I mean, you and I are both in the stadium, and it's been a long time since the stadium felt like that, to be honest.
There was a sense of belief there, and the fans looked like they were, and you can sense it. The fans looked like they were happy to be there and they were being entertained. And a bloke behind me said, "Christ, we're being entertained at a West Ham game." We hadn't had that for quite a while. And that's where the atmosphere came from. There was a bit of happiness within there. There wasn't no moaning or groaning as much, and that's what we need to keep on going. Just while we've got 45 people watching, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to West Ham Official if you want to check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver and Sun, by clicking the link in the description down below. Become a member of the channel if you want to support the channel further. And as I said, hit the like and subscribe. Massively helps the channel out. We are well on the road to 5,000 subscribers. And Gary, somebody's told me that you're going to buy me a hot chocolate when we get to 5,000 subscribers. Let me check.
Oh, go on then. I'll do it. I'll buy you the smallest hot chocolate I can
find. Gary, they don't do small cups anymore. They only do really big cups.
I'm going to find the cup price equivalent of Costa. I think called Custa or something.
Oh, very good. Only joking, mate. Only joking. Soufal was on form, so that gives me confidence. That right-hand side was on fire on Sunday, and we need to hopefully continue that, Gary.
I thought Soufal was probably the best game I've seen him play for a long time. I thought he was excellent. He really was. I mean, I sit in the Billy Bonds on the halfway line, and in the second half, he's right in front of me, and he was just awesome against Martinelli. He tried to take him on once, Martinelli, and Soufal just took it off him. You know, he's very, very good performance. He looks like he's got his confidence back, and you know, I really, really think he's playing to the best of his ability at the moment. So, yeah, I fully agree with that comment.
Yeah, McDonald's hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'll do.
Wally, thanks for joining us. Hope you're well, mate. Everybody else having a little chat. Let's move on to a prediction then. Now I got told off for my conservative prediction last night. I sort of sat back a bit and just steadied the ship a little bit. Gary, are you going to stick with yours?
Well, last night I said 4-0, which I think on hindsight was probably a little bit too optimistic. So I'm going to cut it back to 3-0.
3-0. And I've got a feeling I'm going to get shouted at if I go through extra time and we're going to win on penalty. So I'm going to change it for you, Gary. And I think we will win it 1-0 in normal time.
1-0.
I think we're going to win it 1-0 in normal time. Won't be no
extra time. The son of Moyes speaks.
Oh, there's no son of Moyes there. Honestly. Absolutely not. Heat up a square of dairy milk. Don't even buy dairy milk. Go to the cheapest shop you can. Buy that 50p bar of chocolate and just heat it up.
Yeah, that'll do. I'll find the Aldi chocolate.
Aldi chocolate, yeah. And next time I come round, just put that on the hob and just dump it with me.
Badbury,
I'll take that. I'll take that. Gary says we have had some terrible beatings. Brighton 2, Newcastle, Blackburn, just to mention a few. We can't forget them. We certainly can't. And I've had a right good moan after some of those games as well. So I'm being a little bit more laid back with it, and I'm hoping that we can win tonight. But let's wait and see. The confidence is there. I think we're going to win 1-0. And Gary, I go to you for some final thoughts.
Well, like I said, it's a big game for us. It's a pity we can't be there for different reasons, Jake. But I'm just hoping that we get through the semi-final, and it'll be a good night under the lights at the London Stadium. But we need to be professional, and if we're professional and play to the abilities the team's got, we will win. We will win. Exactly.
And of course, Gary, you sit in about 25 exams in the next month, so you can't go.
Yeah. I'm playing at Bournemouth on Sunday with my local team, as you know, and I can't get a ticket because it's just so difficult to get a ticket down there.
Yeah, I know. It's about 20 minutes for you, isn't it?
15. Bournemouth's so close.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
They've got 11,000 capacity, and I've asked them, Bournemouth, there's no home tickets going, no away tickets. It's really difficult.
Oh, not happy. El Mako, thanks for joining us. I'm a big fan of Soufal. Yes, he's lost his way with injuries, but I can't agree with fellow Hammers slating him. There's a top player in there on his day. Hope he revises his contract. I 100% agree. I've always loved him, and I think the calamities that have been at times, Kerr and right back, have really consolidated why Soufal should and is our starting right back, because he's just so much better. Antonio, thank you for joining us today. 3-1 for West Ham. Thank you very much for that. Very positive opinion. Thank you for that. And Gary, we will leave it there. Hopefully, we're going to be talking about a nice, relaxing, comfortable win tonight.
I hope so, Jake. I hope to enjoy the game like we did on Sunday.
Indeed.
With a slightly more positive outcome.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Official if you are new. That's it from us. From me and Gary. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.
And hopefully, let's book our spot in the semi-final once again for 2 consecutive seasons of European competition. That is the incentive that we're playing for tonight. Come on, you Irons, under the lights, London Stadium. Do the job, boys. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.